The Out There channel, Robert and Paul.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel.
5.
Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Back at the desktop. Yeah. Let me just check out a few things. I think the audio is okay. Seemed a wee bit loud there for a minute. So it may have changed in the system. Let's see, anyone joined us yet? I can't trust those stats though. Okay. It takes a while to set up, I tell you. All the things you have to do before you start a live stream. It's horrendous. So, oh yeah, I forgot resets. In case it mucks us up. Did I open that too? Got the wrong click then. It's clever enough not to know. Cool. I need to do the intro. I didn't type it up. Let's see. Nanotechnology. Nano Tech. I suppose there's going to be a bit to go over today. All the yabba on the net. I still haven't got my keyboard, as you can see. It's pretty slack customs here in New Zealand. Everything's held up by the post office and customs. Everything goes through Auckland mostly. And UAP talk. Yeah. Suppose that'll do for today. Saturday here, but it should be Friday. Rest of the world. I'll probably end up having to do another show tomorrow, probably. We'll see how it goes. Side chat, almost there. Give time people to arrive anyway. So, there we go. Hopefully I typed it in correctly. That horrible keyboard. Of course, that causes interference with the mouse magnified, doesn't it? It's always something. I always want to add all these shortcut hotkeys, these apps. And there's only so many you can have. And this option, this thing here, Microsoft Keyboards doesn't have an option disable all hotkeys. Not that I can see anyway. Click sound. Nothing about keys on keys. What's that one? Use keyboard, click on keys. Yep. Don't want to hover. So there's nothing about turn off any shortcuts. That can cause conflicts. There's always something, isn't there? Hey, so the next bit. We're always learning, always trying to get around Microsoft controls and make the software better ourselves with hacks. But always people want to keep changing things. Why break it when it's not broken, is what I say. They keep on trying to improve things. Remember the first rollout of Windows desktop, it was all tablet based, and it was hopeless on laptops, and then people brought out all these hacks to bring back all the things they liked about the older Windows, right? The sidebar and the original menu where it's sorted out properly rather than having to use that horrible tablet style one. I still won't go to it unless I'm on a tablet. I hate it. In fact, I'd rather not update Windows ever again once we got it working with streaming, but it's going to happen, isn't it? Just need better hardware, really. So who was out there? If you want to join me on the side, let me know, and we can do that setup for you. Unfortunately, I got bad sinuses again. Not sure what's causing it. The weather here is a bit crazy. Some days it's super cold, next day it's super hot. It's at the edge of winter, summer changeover, I guess. So if I sound a bit strange, it's probably why. And hard to breathe, of course. Of course, I forgot to get my nasal spray before I started the show. It ran out in this room, and I have to go and get the next lot in the cupboard. Surprise, surprise! There's always something, and no one's going to help you get it. Not in this household anymore. It says we're now live on email. Probably only sends it to me, does it? Because no one shows up. Again, I thought it started early. Hopefully, I sent out personal invites on Discord to everybody. Not that they read the emails as well. To Mike King out there. Jasper out there. It's not midnight, you know. It's 10:30 here now. Daylight savings. I don't know if these guys are mucked up like we are, but probably is. What is that time zones over there now? In Europe, and Germany, and UK. Can't be that much out. Maybe it's 12 hours behind exactly now, is it? Actually, is my tool working on that now? Time zones. Don't see it on the toolbar. Is that the one? Nope. It's never on the toolbar. Okay, you can click here. No. Yep. What was it called? All these add-ons you have to do to undo things. Don't mess with my right click. Why can't I see it? Stupid. It's probably under this stupid keyboard. Let's try again. It's probably at the button tonight. Why is that disabled? That's strange. They're disabling things now to be anti-competitor. God, I really hate Google and all Microsoft, all this conflict. Yeah, so where is it? I know it's installed on here. I can't see it. Time something whatever it was. Is it at the bottom? There it is, scroll way down the bottom there. Stupid screwy thing. Does it scroll? No. Doesn't show all of them. Look. I saw it when I was zooming out. There it is, right at the bottom. I think. YouTube, no. It's probably still going further down. Can't see it. Oh, it's probably underneath there. What a stupid design. Screw it. Now getting a croaky voice. I really hate them changing things for the better, and it's not. They haven't tested it on Windows 10. 50% DPI increase. They never do. They never test it on different scales. They think, oh, that'll be perfect on laptop. No, they don't test it on laptops either. They test it on these big, huge screens that everybody can see. Wall-size screens. They don't test it on normal equipment. They test it on these tablets with 3,000... Well, it has 4K screen pixels, you know, and these laptops don't have that. And then when you scale up the fonts, they don't take into account, because when you got these big screens with lots of pixels, you can't read what's on the screen. It's just terrible. Me having a rant again. I really hate it. Okay. Time. And, well, I don't need to say in. Germany. Let's see. What time zones have they got there? And a stupid bar. On-screen thing. Alright, it's after midnight. Damn. And even it's not even midnight here. That means they're 2 hours. That means we're 13 hours ahead now. That's just crazy. So, yeah, unless I start at bloody crack of dawn here, there's no way I'm going to be able to get you guys on. Unless you're night owls, of course. That's ridiculous. Germany's out. How about UK? They got the same stupid time zones. The fact is, I probably have more from UK watching than I do from any other country. Okay, it's not so stupid. It's only what's it, 13 hours ahead, and the other one was 14, was it? Yeah, 14. Crazy. All these daylight savings, it needs to go. It messes up the whole thing every 4 months, isn't it? It's crazy. It's no good for streaming. Anyway, better on go on with the next topics. No one will probably show up though, but that's alright. Have we got anyone out there? 2, it reckons. 2 not saying anything. Okay. So there's been a bit of a yabba on nanotechnology being used and being implanted in vaccines. Of course, it's been exposed as fake news, blah blah blah. But is there any possibility that it could be weaponized and used nowadays for bad things, not just good things? But it could be used for good things, of course. It's possible. So I did some research into it to see how they're going. Now, they started making improvements in 2017. And I wanted to know how they're going with the battery. Because for a circuit to work inside the body, you need battery. You need some energy supply. And how do they do that? Obviously, our body creates heat, which is energy. So you can use that heat in blood through chemical interaction to create maybe little turbines, which creates electricity. In other words, you need some form of steam. So nanotechnology is steampunk, nano steampunk. So here we got nanotechnology approach to generating electricity from water evaporation. Now, that could be a problem in bloodstream, because how are you going to get the water out of the blood? You see what I mean? But this is 2017, so there may have been some advances in the last 5 years. And it talks a lot here, obviously, in these on-screen papers and science. Now have shown that evaporation from the surface of a variety of nanostructured carbon materials can be used to generate electricity. So if you could create nanotubes and actually have water inside it already and a closed circuit, what they're saying is they probably could use the heat from blood to create steam in that, in which will turn a turbine which generates some electricity. Now, it's not going to be very high currents, is it? So what can you drive with it and how much can you get from it? So all these things you got to look into and see what's available online. Of course, we don't know if military are 20 years ahead on this. Obviously they use universities to fund research, don't they? But obviously they have their own research sections. Evaporation. So, we got some video on it. Fabrication process and testing of the device. Now you can see here using breadboards. I wonder if we can play this safely though. It's probably a different language too, it's probably. No words at all. So how much voltage are they getting? You can see how big these things are though. It doesn't look nanotechnology size to me. You see what I mean? Unless they can scale that down. There might be nano things on those big probes that they're having to test from. Showing that water evaporation from a centimetre size carbon. So that's quite big. So we're talking about a nice thumbnail size. Now, how are you going to hide that in someone's body without them knowing? Or without any medical people knowing? Everybody in the world would know. So that's just one cell. How much power are you going to get from that? 4 devices in series connected powered a liquid crystal display. But you saw in that thing there. Let's have a look again. Did it have a liquid display on it? Okay. Oh yeah, here it is on the front. So there you go, powers it up. So that's back in 2017. Have they managed to get it smaller? Or is it always going to be like a centimetre is needed? So 4 of those would be has to be for a liquid display at least 3 volts, wouldn't it? 3 volts. So that means you'd need 4 centimeters of carbon in your bloodstream. So you think everybody in the world wouldn't notice that being injected? It's not going to happen, isn't it? You could do a long thread, I suppose, that keeps going into the body like a worm. So yeah, so I'm still looking at these conspiracies and comparing it to what I can find out online. So yes, it's possible to create a nano circuit that's very, very small. And use bare minimal stuff, right? Carbon in this case. Carbon batteries. Hey, Hobbit, how's it going? Good that you could join us, no one else has. But then again, I just realised the time zones have changed for everybody recently and it's mucked it all up. So, yeah, most of them will be in bed, I suppose, again. I'm trying to make it easy for everybody. Either if I do it in my evening, which suits me, and then it's their morning. That's the only time it seems to work for Germans anyway. So, yeah. Maybe I have to do some late night shows. But yeah, just type in this nano battery. Paste the link to that. So we can keep an eye on how the technology progresses. And like I said earlier, my nose is all bugged up, so if I sound a bit Mickey Mousey, just bear with me, or wheezy. Always happens when I do a live show for some reason. I can't breathe through my nose whatsoever. It's just, so I have to breathe through my mouth and talk at the same time. It's horrendous. Okay. So that's the batteries done. But we'll do another search to see if we can find anything new as well. So what can you do with the battery? What can you do with it inside the vein if you manage to get enough power to drive a LCD display? Do you need that much voltage as well? So radio frequency is another one. They're saying now they've got circuits that they can inject in the blood that has Bluetooth. Now, here's chapter 1 on nanotechnology abstract, and that's what it says. You have to read the whole book, I guess. This is just part of a book, obviously. Also, back in 2017, or end of. So it's pretty new research. The field of radio frequency focuses on fundamental study and engineering of devices that enabled by nanotechnology and operate within a frequency range of 10 megahertz to 10 gigahertz. So that's microwave, right? Microwave range. So that's up to 5G quite easily. This includes traditionally identified as radio frequency as well as microwaves. Yeah, I just said that. So I don't need to read that. Emergent field sits at the intersection of two commercially vital trends in technology. The first trend, shrinking of electronics to smaller length sizes, though this trend was initiated by semiconductor. Also means you got to get the voltages lower, but they still circuits generate heat. I wonder if they can use like a in loop system where the circuit generates heat, which then heats up the carbon, which generates the steam, which creates the power, and recycle it. I wonder if anyone's doing that. So that means you should be able to detect these devices if they're injected in your bloodstream by a heat pattern. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be like a square thing. It can be seen on a scanner. Thermal scanner, probably be under the skin. If they're gonna, let's say there's conspiracy to put it into vaccines and stick it in certain batches that target certain heads of state, like prime ministers and government people. Would they get away with it? Or would you inject it into some Russian leader and say, stop this, or we flip the button, which then creates a clot in the brain which kills them? And that's what the sort of conspiracies out there are heading towards, right? But in this case, a lot of people are saying they're injecting it in everybody worldwide so they can track us. Now, have you ever watched the movie Blade Runner? That was sort of into making artificial humans, and they could etch through chemicals. It would be like a tattoo of the copyright on the actual cells if they went down to nanotechnology vision. That was a cutting edge sci-fi as far as I'm concerned. What was that, back in the 80s? So we're getting up to that level now where they're doing genetics, where they can actually do that with nanotechnology now, is actually owned by Microsoft on the actual stuff that's been injected into you, vaccines or whatever. So, yeah, we're seeing it's possible. A lot of the conspiracies have possible stuff because people are reading this and trying to connect all the dots. But will it ever go undetected? Unlikely. So they're making all these false claims online that you can actually use Bluetooth scanner to actually see if you've been vaccinated, and it'll come up with a strange 6-letter hex number broadcasting. Well, I've tested it in my house, and no one is broadcasting any signals. So it busts that open. So I'm not sure how they're frigging it where they're at, unless they got a certain batch of vaccines. That's different to everybody else. So it's another possibility. You know, these conspiracies can always change like that, you see. I'm not sure if I'm going to be hit, by fake news, but I'm trying to give some balance here. There is some fakeness in it, and there is some truth in it, right? And because we're not allowed to talk truth, we're only allowed to call everything fake. So yeah, they're working on obviously radio that can transmit microwave switches, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and whether you can get enough power to drive that, I would doubt it very much, because you see how much battery juice you need for your phone, and you know how hot the batteries get, especially if they're draining. So yeah. So you got to have a critical mind when you hear all these conspiracy theories, and always question what they're showing you, because always repeat what they claim is repeatable, and it's not. And it's lies, a lot of lies out there. And same as in ufology, same sort of stuff, right? Making all these claims and videos and fakes and all these fake leakers. Tyler made a few of them that still they believe today, even though the evidence there that it's faked. It drives me crazy. So yeah, we could put that one there. That one's actually done by a government website here. So that's radio. I suppose there's more links on that page to read more of those chapters, whatever's available, I don't know. We got some UFO stuff coming up, so if you find this a wee bit too technical, okay. Now I'll just go to my Twitter account, and you can see the crazy discussion that I've been having to have to deal with. Because people want me to talk about it. And I said, look, I'm limited because, as you know, censorship is a real thing, and suppression, and I can't give my balanced view on things. So as I counteract all the garbage out there, they get all upset and they start unsubbing and stuff like that, which is kind of crazy. Because in the end, truth matters. Like I keep saying to the people, show me proof of the elements they claim is used in the vaccine. Because if it's in there, then obviously the circuits can be part of it, hidden in plain sight. But no one's shown any proof, no graphs. No what's it called? Spectrograms, where it shows you what elements are in there. Yeah, so, and this is disclosure, the guy that doesn't it. So I've got Mick Vest involved in it. Because sometimes you can back up each other, or bring in some new facts like he has done here. They're saying that there's been a lot more deaths in athletes than normal. And there's always been deaths and heart attacks in athletics. As you can see here, sudden cardiac arrest. Because they're always exercising and pushing their heart to the maximum all the time. I was at work when I was in my 20s, and this guy is only in his 30s, died in the shower after doing a jog. And they had a hell of a time getting him out the shower. No one discovered him for 5 hours, and he died there, and people just die, and he was like super fit. And the rest of us were all eating pies and chubby or whatever, and quite healthy. I was running up and down stairs all day. That was my exercise. So I could run up and down the stairs with like a fireman when I was in my younger days. They printed off so much paper. They had to go to the accountants, and I had to go and deliver it to the accountants, and it was like me carrying at least a couple of boxes of printed out paper, which weighs a ton, I tell you. Probably up to at least 60 kgs to 100 kgs sometimes. So I said, well, there's no proof of the circuit in there killing people. But it might be some unknown factor that we've yet to find out about RNA and the like. We know now that they're reporting that it can cause many clots and heart swelling. That's why they say keep an eye after getting the jab on these symptoms. Pins and needles in your arm, fatigue, out of breath, that sort of stuff, which is basically what I've had. So maybe it's affected me, maybe my times is numbered. So they kept putting all these doctors forward, right, and a lot of them have been disgraced. But it doesn't mean they're not right. So that's why they need to be verified. Said graphene, which is needed for the circuit, is not listed in the chemical list. According to the online fake news checkers. So I said, can you give me a list of the chemicals then? Because the articles are very vague. And we know how good fact checkers have been. Pretty bad. We know they've made claims which turned out to be completely proven false a year later. Mistake. They think, would doctors lie? I said, no, they could make mistakes though. And it depends what kind of doctor qualifications they got. So it's not really my field, obviously, but all I can do is research stuff and find stuff online and see if it fits what everybody's saying. Anyone can do that, They keep saying, do your own fact checking, but people don't. So that's the interesting thing that Mick brought up here, which I was thinking about too. A lot of evidence, there seems to be crystals formed as a solution evaporates. And I thought, yeah, exactly. Blood crystallizes, doesn't it? And there's a lot of sodium, and sodium forms cubic crystals, which look like circuits. Anyway, have we got some pictures of it? Yeah, that's coming up. All that sort of shit. Ufology at the moment. Let's see. Let's see if I can find. So Mick West did a good quick demo here of soy sauce. And they form these crystals that looks like planet Mars surface, right? And they're crystallized rocks as well. But this is nanoscale now. And some look like squares. But it's not exactly sodium though. We got. Did I not re-share that one? Let me just keep on going. I hate Twitter really. If someone deletes something, then something vanishes. Where's my stuff? Twitter's a right mess. Yeah, I'm not sure if you follow me on Twitter or not. I get a lot of subs, and then once I start counteracting stuff, they get all upset and leave again. Okay, so here's some claims or circuits. Now, these, as you saw, look very much like crystals. They form these branches. And they're shown here's in the sample here. Clear as well. And it's not centimeters, of batteries. They were talking about really small circuits. And they're claiming there's graphene oxide in it, but it's not one of the chemicals listed in the manufacturer of it. Nano router. So they haven't proven that at all, and they tried to do it with that Bluetooth thing, which obviously is garbage. And can be tricked, of course. Any device can be made to broadcast a signal. If you got a Bluetooth, circuit board and stuff, and program it, and start fooling people. Now, why would you want to do that? I suppose generates a lot of traffic, conspiracies like this, and you can make lots of money from it. Yeah, I just can't find, but I'll find it because I know I got a copy on Discord, which goes straight to it. Okay, so let's see. Discord, where are you? Discord comes in really handy. Let's see. We got a lot of stuff on here. Not just yabba yabba, but it's actually stuff to look over. Okay, so we got this tweet, which I can't seem to find now. Okay, so he's giving me pictures of these, and they all look like crystals. This is apparently samples of what they're getting. And they're claiming this is a circuit, right? What kind of circuit does that make? Why would you have all this here as part of the circuit? Doesn't make sense. And you need to go deep, zoom it in further as well. So you can see what's going on there in the middle there. So is it sodium forming square crystals in various patterns, which looks like circuit boards? Or can they prove that they're actually functioning? Now, I could imagine that being an antenna. But what's this one up here? It's not even connected. That one up here doesn't look like it's connected. Why would you do that? You see what I mean? You do it on a circuit board. Sometimes you leave it on there for grounding, or just leave it on there anyway, you know, and etch your name in it, whatever. So likewise here, same sort of thing. Don't look like circuits really. And they look really, really, really small. There's some square ones that look very sodium-like. Okay, look like crystals, don't they? Especially these ones here. Look like sugar or salt crystals. So we can actually Google that and actually see some comparison images. Oddie. Like King says he's online on Discord and he's not joined us. Where are you? I think he must have gone to bed though. But some people stay up late. I think it's UK, so it can't be that late. Anyway. Nose. Anyway, would have liked to play some of the conspiracy videos and sort of break it down, but can't really do that with Google. So we have to deal with it another way, I guess. I will post a link to the tweets anyway if you want to read all the discussion and links there. But if you can get back to the top one, good going, because Twitter tree is a mess. Okay. So let's look up sodium crystals, right? Which is part of salt. Sodium chloride. Which we need. As you know, it's a good, it's used for creating energy, electric, through ions, nerve cells, and all that sort of stuff. Okay, maybe show some crystals, maybe. Have we get any pictures? Natural currents. Body-centered cubic crystal structure. Where's all the images? Let's just type in crystals. Maybe we've been censored already. Okay. Here we go. So let's have a look. Okay, so that's not been magnified right down, but you can see they're very squarish. Sodium chloride crystals, which is salt, are cubic in form. Table salt consists of tiny cubes tightly bound together through ionic bonding of the sodium. So I would expect them to find that in jabs, because they have the drip feed, which is like a collection of salts. So the fluid they use for that would be the same with vaccines, wouldn't it? Sodium crystals. Easy way to make salt crystals. Okay. Let's see. Chemical crystals. Let's see what comes up with that one. Sometimes it's hard to find comparable examples, but you have to have the right keywords, don't you? Ground, forming. Let's have a look. There's some nice crystals. They're always beautiful crystals, aren't they? So that's at the big scale, right? Now, obviously it's going to scale down to nano size. How to grow your own crystals. There's some crazy crystal creations. There's a square one. I think I did that at home once. I did, what was it? They're blue crystals of some sorts, and they kept on growing. It looked really pretty. There's some salt. I think it had copper in it. Copper sulfide? I don't know. I can't remember now. I did get an A in chemistry at school, but I used to muck around with it at home as well. But I sort of gave it up when I went to computers. You can see there's a lot of topics on that. Because now we know it's been used in UFO technology too. And possibly people talking about alien implants. Now, there's some problems with those too. I pointed out in patient 17 that when they were studying it and checking out for the frequencies, that they're using light. Now, light is known to interact with certain chemicals that produce frequencies. So you got to do it in like a Faraday cage with no lights and no electromagnetic interference of any kind. Of course, the instruments you use also can be part of the problem when you're trying to prove something. You've heard of that thing, what was it? By studying it, you change it. What is that thing? Is it something's cat? What was that thing? Idea. Well, it's simply trying to see it. You've changed it. Some name for it. I can't remember now. Named after someone, of course. Schroeder's cat. No. Something like that. Anyway. The scientists out there will know what I'm talking about. Probably can find it on a search actually. Studying it changes results. Changes outcome. Which really makes science. They don't like it. Because they're used to testing over and over again and seeing what the outcomes are. But some things you can't, because by studying it you change it. And I think patient 17 is an example of it. Studying changes in life. What is the outcome of a study? It looks like it's come up with not what I'm after. Studying changes. Maybe I used the wrong words. Maybe. Effect in quantitative research. Studying. Well. Material changes outcome, maybe. Observer bias. Who'd think science was so complex? Yeah, so I'm not getting what I'm after. I'm not sure what words we can use to find it. I give up. Okay, so we want crystals grown. No. Let's see. We want square crystals. What forms circuit? Crystals. Let's try squares. And there you go. This just proves nature does make squares, right? And crystals. There's one of them. Oh, what happened there? There you go. Look at that one. Pyrite. What's that one there? Definitely not a squares. There we go. What's that one there? Nature chemistry. Scientists make exotic chemicals. There you go. From what though? It doesn't quite fit on the screen. What does that say? From salt. There you go. Look at this one here. Square quartz. There you go. Quartz. All nice squares. There's some pictures down to nanoscale. So what's that one? White. Crystals. Not sure what it is. Let's have a quick look. How are we going for time? Don't want to spend too long on this. This is a catch up on nanotechnology. I've covered it in the past. Preparation of cross-linked hen egg whites. So that's in hen eggs. So there you go. So it's obviously some sort of protein. Cracks in eggs. Make artificial chickens laying eggs. Making super chickens that don't have cracked eggs. Make the shells thicker. Who knows what's coming up in the future. And what disasters could come from it. Okay, let's see what else we got. So we want to type in nano. There's some more that looks very much like the images they had up on the conspiracy sites. Okay, and if you zoomed into those, looks like little circuits. There you go, look. Okay, let's just open up that one. So we finally found something that looks really good. There you go. What's the difference between sodium and chloride? Where was that picture? Is it in here? It have to be somewhere. Silvery coloured. There you go. Metal at room temperature. It's a very active reducing agent. It gives up electrons to form sodium ion. Chlorine is a pale yellow gas at room temperature and normally at normal pressures. It was very active oxidizing agent. Takes electrons to form chloride ions. Mixing the two will make sodium chloride, table salt, in a rather violent reaction. There you go. It's like going back to school, isn't it? Alkalides, acids, you know, that our DNA is 4 acids, right? GACT. How's the volume going? I haven't got anyone out there talking to us, so not sure if you're interacting with me or not today, but it would be nice. I reckon we've got Zero watching again. Unfortunately, my topic's just too much for most people, which is a bit of a shame because that's the sort of thing people would be interested in. So people can't learn, then they can't be critical thinkers about conspiracies, and they end up in this rabbit hole. It's very shameful, really. Trying to give you good stuff here. Always trying to give you good stuff. So where was the picture? Rat bags. I don't see the link. I wanted to see that picture there, but obviously it's table salt. But it looks very much like the images that they were drawn. So I reckon that's what we're looking at, sodium chloride. Let's put in a wee bit more. Nano. And here we go, crystals. Let's take us into depth here. see the squares on that one. Surface self-assembly of colloidal crystals for micro and nano pattern, and so it's like making mini circuit boards, like breadboards, I guess. That's what they're saying there. And then they can, like if it's a load of squares, they can then replace parts of the squares with other chemicals that act like capacitors or resistors, I guess. But how would you do that with bonds? So it's a totally different process to making silicon chips, right? And how would you transmit the electricity? Would you do it with like miniature fiber optics, or would you use actual normal electricity? You know, fiber optics would be a step up from charges, and be harder to detect as well. There must be a lot of minds working on this stuff. What have we got here? All different shaped crystals. And here's some crystals, okay? What are nanomaterials? So I need to look at that one. And it's on that website that we had before. Nanomaterials are materials with at least one external dimension that measures 100 nanometers or less, with internal structures measuring 100 nanometers or less. The nanomaterials that have the same composition as known materials in built form may have different physical chemical properties. That's what I was talking about with silicon chips, versus scaling it down to nano chemical bonds. Materials reduced to the nanoscale can be suddenly show very different properties. There you go. Compared to what they show on a macro scale, which is silicon chips. For instance, opaque substances become transparent. Copper. And certain materials become catalysts. Platinum. Stable materials turn combustible. Aluminium. Ooh. Solids turn into liquids at room temperature. So there's a lot of things to overcome. Nanomaterials are not simple. Another step in the miniaturization of materials or particles. They often require very different production processes. These are several processes to create various sizes. So that means you're going to be limited to what you can do on silicon chips. Can be structured to be top-down technologies, producing very small structures from larger pieces. I think we got a long way to go still. Nanotubes or fibers. Yeah. I wonder how many universities teach this technology. It wasn't around in my time. Chat below shows how products involving nanomaterials and nanotechnology are distributed. Cosmetics, look at that. Medicine, next biggest one. Construction is the third. Textiles is the fourth. And petroleum is almost the second to last one. Agriculture is last. What else of it? And food is the next one up. Materials and manufacturing. Electronics and IT. And healthcare. They're the big ones. Good article. Graphene. There we go. So graphene is the one that is obviously most of the products. So if you can't find graphene in the sample as claimed, then it's a no-go. It's not a nanoparticle. So there's only microfibers, as we know, was for batteries. So that one's quite a lot of information there. So let's post that one up. Nano materials. I forgot what I was doing there. Materials. Not sure where I got to. It's on the other screen. It's going to be spelt wrong, probably. Okay. Where's paste gone? There we go. Enough of that now. It's an interesting topic. It's really involved. And yeah. Who sent me a message? See, I told you, people follow me all the time, and then they get upset and then they unsub again. Because truth upsets them. You gotta be down their same rabbit hole, else they don't like you. I'd be over probably 5,000, 6,000 if I went along with everything, right? Same as all the frauds do. And I'm not like that. Anyway, let's keep going. So we got down to the end of the nano stuff. How long did we waste on that? Just over 1 hour. Okay, so we've got 2 watching now. Who are they? You could have joined in if you're experts on this sort of stuff. It would have helped. You could have helped us out. Okay, so what's in the news? F-18 pilot who filmed UFO gave secret evidence to Congress. So this is what's been coming out lately. Said he thought it was part of a training mission, I guess. We said that from the beginning, didn't we? We said got to be DARPA using some new hypersonic drones, because they're working on. We know they've got hypersonic missiles. So we know they've got the material science under control there, and also the propulsion. So why wouldn't they want to make a hypersonic drone where it can go faster than normal jets, because you don't need a passenger, which you kill inside, of course. So denial of responsibility. All rights of this picture reserved to Daily Mail. And it's not sort of like a credible source, is it? But so he explained that he initially thought the flying object was part of a train and locked onto it like a adversity. New heavily redacted documents released to government document repository. The Black Vault revealed that the pilot, who encountered an unexplained aerial phenomenon off the coast near Jacksonville, Florida in 2015, known as gimbal sighting, briefed Senate staffers in 2019 on the event. So we've not heard that side of it before. They've always said they never thought it was trading. The Navy prefers to call the objects seen in the video unexplained aerial phenomenon, UAP, as opposed to the more commonly used unidentified flying object. Okay, it goes on a bit. And towards the end of one of the night flights, redacted, was conducted during the at-sea period, and his pilots detected an air contact via redacted coming from the east and heading towards the ship, initially thinking it may be simulated adversary aircraft as well as part of the Comp 2X scenario. He took a redacted look to investigate further, the document said. Okay, the object was approximately redacted. Why, I don't know. Was a stable track. Indicated this vehicle had a redacted. It became clear via redacted that the pilot maneuver. So all those redactors would make actually more sense to giving us some understanding what we're actually looking at. Could it be alien technology or not? And so the government is still hiding stuff. The new documents provide more context to the infamous footage and additional pictures taken by US Navy pilots between 2014 and March 2015. Okay, so it starts there, and it still keeps on going. In December 2020, emerged that two Pentagon reports had been produced providing detailed classified information about strange sightings. The DoD Unclassified Aerial Phenomena Task Force issued the two classified intelligence position reports in 2018 and summer 2020, and they circulated widely in the US intelligence. So how did it get out? Did they declassify it? So it goes on a bit. So obviously the Black Vault would probably have a long episode on it too, I suppose. Look, okay, it says leaked photo here. So what are we talking about here? Origins of the objects cannot be ruled out. Extraterrestrial origins of the objects cannot be ruled out. So that's the first time I've heard that said. So that means they are suggesting it's off-world then, rather than Russia and China. The photo was previously described as depicting an UAP silver cube-shaped object hovering over the ocean at an altitude of roughly 30,000 to 35,000 feet. So we're not seeing that photos, have we? So a cube-shaped thing that's hovering doesn't sound like our technology whatsoever, does it? What do you reckon to that? And that sort of suggests also those other pilot sightings that saw a cube inside a sphere. The sphere obviously might be how the portal forms that allows the object inside to travel into it from one universe to our universe, which I've covered in previous live streams called The Fourth Dimension Part 1, Part 2, right? So if you've been following me for a long time, you would have watched those. It appears that the image was captured by the backseat weapons systems operator. Experts were baffled by the photo, but noted that the object somewhat resembles a GPS dropside and atmospheric profiling device designed to be dropped from aircraft. Okay, so maybe they snapped it just before it hit the ocean. Or was it on video where it's hovering? So they're talking about a photo, weren't they? They weren't saying it was a video. Damn. A video would make it conclusive. If it's just hanging there, that rules out being a parachute drop of our technology. So they're already offering debunks for it. A leaked photo published by Debrief. Silver cube object. Have we seen it? Leaked photo was captured 2018. So where's the damn photo? Why haven't they got it on this page? Daily Mail. Maybe we have to go there. Let's have a look. All these people that share their news content. Well, Black Vault's happy if he's got on the Daily Mail. That'll give him a few more subs, won't it? But normally, once you get onto these rags, it really makes you look more fake news, right? Ruins your reputation straight away when you're on these rags that promoted people like Tyler and Scott C. Warren and all the other frauds. Third phase. So where's this cube, guys? Because I don't think I've seen it. Is that something new that's going to come out from pilots soon? Is it? They're not talking about this stupid thing here, which is the heart-shaped balloon. Where's the cube? Is that the cube? That's old news. Where's the cube? They said it was over the sea. That's a damn balloon. I think they're messing up stuff around here. Oh, that's a joke. That's a damn heart-shaped balloon. Milo balloon. Not even to do with a drop. When was that published? That can't be new, can it? Stage 22. April 22. Updated April. What are those cobblers, man? I was getting excited then that we thought we had some new images. If that's the same debrief one with the stupid balloon, that's just crap. Now, what are they saying here in the comments? The whole clown colony was run by E.T. Some kid playing with his or her drone in the backyard. Looking onto it. Or something that's thousands of years ahead of you. Yeah, the comments weren't really useful. Of course, they're calling it the Batman balloon, which is also wrong. I've covered that in my analysis. So where do we go from there? So they're talking about new documents and new witnessed secret testimony that was not seen on TV. Sunday. Who's this? It's Nick Pope. Here he is. Here he is. I'm a UFO expert. Cobblers. He's not an expert on the UFOs. In fact, no one really is. He's certainly put up a lot of fakes in his documentaries that he's been involved with, or he's talked about them on these documentaries and they're totally wrong. You know, that one with the long exposure of the helicopter, saying that people didn't know what it was, the cylinder graft with the beam of light, and it was a helicopter with a searchlight and long exposure. Yeah, I just don't like this guy whatsoever. He's grand BSer. Ufology is so damaged. Expert my foot. We're closing in on them and closer to finding out the truth that we've never been. UFO experts believes we're getting closer. Blah blah blah. A recent trove of documents from the Pentagon. Journalist Nick Pope, who previously ran the British, he did not. Oh man, that's killing me. All these grifters making out they're so important. He never run the British government's UFO thing. It was just a clerk. Secretary, that's what he was. Answering the phones and handling the mail system. He was no researcher. He was no expert. Oh, jeez, I got tears in my eyes now. Pentagon released hundreds of pages of new documents this week pertaining to the agency's secretive UFO program. Oh no, don't get putting UFO expert. Some information in the new document shows we're closer than ever to finding out extraterrestrials' life. And it comes after the newly released Pentagon report. They're not saying anything though. People experience physical injuries from UFO encounters. Me and Rob have talked about when UFOs attack. various cases going back many years now. So go and check out the UFO Robert Talk series. Try and find the ones where we believe something physical happened. Abduction accounts or whatever. People who worked with worked with the British Department of Defence made the comments this week in an appearance on News Nation's show On Balance with Linlaid Tut. I don't know how you say it. Tshirt. If they're out there, we're closing in on them. What a silly statement. It will be the biggest discovery in human history. Or it will be one of the biggest cover-ups that we find out has been around for hundreds of years. The reports of physical harm after spotting a UFO were detailed in a memo included in the 1,500 pages of documents released by the Defence Intelligence Agency on Tuesday. So I guess that's USA. According to the memo, humans have been injured from exposures to anomalous vehicles, especially airborne and when in close proximity, but doesn't discount them being Black Ops secret programs where they're using nuclear reactors. What is it, the Betty Case one? With the diamond-shaped UFO, it sounded very much like our technology being tested. Anyone out there want to join us on the side chat? Just give me a message. I want to talk about this stuff. We're seeing multiple UFO videos and US Navy videos, which are crap. Jets chasing these things tracked on radar, which we've never seen the evidence, of course. And it's not just UFOs, Pope said. Frankly, they've been looking at other things which sound like they came straight out of X-Files. So is there a link to the Pentagon documents? The documents released this week all related to Pentagon's secretive UFO program. A copy of all the files, reports, or videos related to Advanced Aviation Threat Program was first requested in 2017 under the Freedom of Information Act. Well, that must be from Black Vault then. They were finally made public on Tuesday following a 4-year legal fight. With who? Black Vault? Surely not. Who was a legal fight with? Beyond the physical injury memo, the trove of documents also contains scientific reports and letters to Pentagon. So that's what we need to see. Some of the reports contain research into almost science fiction-like technology and health impacts of UFO sightings on humans. Fear and panic. Pope previously exclusively told the Sun that mankind making contact with or being visited by aliens would be the most amazing paradigm-busting moment in human history. But it would also be a moment of fear and panic, only if you're religious, I think. That could put the world's nations against each other. Well, they're not doing shit all to stop Russia, are they? So where are they? Where's all this amazing technology? If the government's been reverse engineering it. Should be able to push a button and all the nukes suddenly go offline. And say to Putin, end it now. Or we'll take you over. Just next, we've seen the way the world reacted to the pandemic. Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy with that now too, which we just gone over with nanotechnology. If the response to something relative known, we had pandemics before. That's right. What would be response to something truly new and different? Well, I have to wonder if we suffer from all these bugs, how do the aliens not suffer from them, you know? They've got to be wearing some sort of protective overalls and some sort of masks all the time. Or they're not actually living beings. They may be bio robots, as many claim, but yeah, that's in doubt too, because some of the school kids said some of them had pot bellies. If you're going to make an army of scientists, robots, you'd make them all the same, wouldn't you? Social media. Mr. Doctor's body found in waterfall days after. That's why you shouldn't go hiking. He went on People react as individuals. And social media puts a fundamental different spin on things. Would be saying fear and evil aliens. No, only the religious ones call them demons. While others would be encouraging us to reach out to Space Brothers. Nose is really blocking up now. Making me do snorty sounds. Right, so yeah. So they did give us a link to the documents today. Let's see, there was a link to something. Health impact. If I open that up, what happens? Ads. Goes to another silly article, does it? Let's see. There's Lou. There's the memo, I guess. Another memo. Okay, is that the same as the other image that we're looking at? Is that meant to be the cube? I don't know. About shattery UFO program after 4 years battle. With who? A copy of the first requested files related to. Okay, here's the memo, I guess. So this one looks a bit more interesting. So we'll copy that one. Memo. Yeah, I thought more people would be interested in this stuff. Where is everybody? Okay. Sure, freedom. Who's that? Is that Black Vault? Redacted, is it? The name's been redacted. Well, couldn't it have John on there? What's going on? It's the way to get that bigger without me suing. Nope. Will it scroll? Nope. Okay. Search of the DA, blah blah blah. Doesn't really say much. It might scroll or not. It's because this is in the way, I suppose. It won't go right. Stupid magnifier. Okay, so we need to see all the information, really. I suppose someone will go through it and make lots of money from it on ufology. Who will that be? Dolan? Black Vault? Who will be the main players of getting hold of that information? Wasn't that the balloon that went to the water? That's that one, isn't it? That's not even a cube. I said it was a balloon. They had a weight on it. Yeah, so first time reading all that. Looks like the sun's having a field day on the documents anyway. Humans have been found to have been injured. We know that. That's not new news, is it? So we've known that humans get injured for a long time. But at least I guess if the government are finally admitting it, and they've researched it and said it's not us or Russian technology, then are they admitting finally UFOs are alien? Why don't just release it all? Give us all the documents and get rid of the redactations, and then we can get on with it. So this is probably all old news now, but it's going to be 1,500 documents people are going to have to work through. Well, someone's going to be doing it. Bigelow. It's a fairly big building, isn't it, the Pentagon? Wow. Big place. Anyway. Probably enough on that one. What's the next one? That one we're finished with. Okay, life science. UFOs left radiation burns and unaccounted, for pregnancies. And we know this for a long time now, don't we? Anyone that's been in ufology know about this already, about cases that have done that. How many cases are left burns? Quite a few. Need Robert Farmer on to go over it with us. So I don't know if he's going to get back to me or not. Still haven't heard from him since last time, so he's going to come back. What's that from Close Encounters? Okay, so it's still about the same papers. Videos of an unexplained aircraft in seemingly impossible ways. Mick West is ready to bunk that though. So it sort of lost its kick, because we know otherwise, that it's just a gimbal movement, not the movement of the craft, right? So they need to give us something even better. It looks like a UFO, not a blob on the screen. Report describes 42 cases from medical files and 300 unpublished. Well, you had the Bent Waters stuff, didn't you, as well? One of that's in there. Because remember, there was a bit of a cover-up there on the medical files, wasn't there? You had to take them to court. He was claiming they injected them. A truth syrup. Or mind memory changing. Observations between 1873 and 1994. Compiled by MUFON, of all things. All these researchers, there's a lot of information out there that's not made public to everybody, is there? And patient 15, where's all the videos and stuff of them showing that the plastic was magnified, not magnetized, I mean, not magnified, and then it died off after a few days or whatever it was. And that would be really smoking gun evidence, because you can't do that on Earth, not yet anyway. Brandon. So he's just recycling some other information as well. I'm not going to read it all out. You can, I'll give you a link, you can read it. In fact, how are we going for time? I'll probably have to give up, because no one's joined me. So it makes it really hard when people don't join you on a live show. Yeah, so we can keep talking about this stuff. Close. So this is some of the stupid videos coming out now. And stupid UFO man, it's apparently conned Lou Elizondo to go on his fraudulent channel. Now this guy puts up everything as UFOs, as I've shown you in the past, and he won't accept anything being what he says it is. And he also built his channel up using Tyler's deleted videos of the fakes that he made, which got a lot of millions of views and traffic. He would have got a kickstart of his 5,000 views, visitors, subs, I mean, to his channel by using them. Disgusting, really. But anyway, this one's just hopeless, so I'll just play this. You may have seen it debunked already. We're going to look at its spud cam footage, as you can tell.
These fucking things.
Oh, nice language, man. There we go. What's it look like already? Looks like jets.
Hey guys, it's UFO Man. Here's a clip coming out of Melbourne, Australia, dated
Melbourne.
4.
Now you may have noticed when I did a tweet about Scott C. Warren, put up a similar one a couple of weeks ago, which is that known UFO plane, which goes to air shows. And at the moment they got the Grand Prix racing going on. And probably these air shows, right? And this is the spud cam footage from smartphones that we have to deal with, where you see things as Tic Tacs.
5, 2022, of 4 individual objects flying in very close formation. Almost looks like a fighter jet formation. Could it be a
Dingo.
government
That's because it is.
issue something exotic in technology, or are they UFOs? Make an assessment. Let me know what you think. I have included.
Why put up such garbage? You should be doing the assessment and saying, putting up the debunk for it. But no, because debunking doesn't get you 30,000 subs. 500 views on that crap. And 66 liked it. Which is pretty bad. That's almost 1/5. Alright, so definitely not ours. Wrong, Brian. I'll prove it in a minute. It's the 56th anniversary of Westall Encounter today, Melbourne. Yeah, and it's also a lot of other events going on too. I lost all my data on the phone. Mobile this weekend we have Formula 1, yay! Well, they look like new drones, yeah. They look like planes from a long distance away on Spudcam. Incredible, Tim. You need to smack Tim, smacky for putting that garbage up. As the guy says, effing amazing. Suckers. Oh yeah, UFO interests. Those were aerobatic planes. Take a look at my latest video. That's why he hasn't deleted that. Wow. How you going, Tim? Okay, so we can look at UFO interests breakdown, which I haven't got here, but we do that now. UFO interest. Which these guys should be sub to, because often he puts up the solution days before they use the footage. What's that? Ad. Okay. So what's the first one we got? According to one of the UFO clips published in the latest video, Jamie Masson. Here are some UFOs taken on April 5th in California from UAPS. Okay, so it's not the same one, but we'll come back to it. Okay, here we go. As already explained on Metabunk, those UFO films over Melbourne on March 30th were the Royal Australian Air Force aerobatic team. Hey, surprise, surprise, the roulettes. Explanation shared on my video. There you go, blurry, spudcam, smartphone, and so on. That's actually got a better camera. And almost the same frame, almost, or same angle. Okay. So has he got a video to it? Here we go. Here we go. Debunked. I've muted him because he just plays music anyway. He doesn't talk in his videos because he's Italian. Maybe he doesn't like his English. Who's promoting it? Lots of people. Everybody under the sun on every UFO channel. Okay, we've already seen that garbage. Filmed the wrong way too, by the way. If you filmed it the other way, we may have got some details on the planes. That's like one eye. It's also harder to keep them in frame when you're in one eye mode. But it is easier to hold the camera, I admit. They need a little handle that comes down on the phones or something. They need to improve. But it looks like jets in formation. Come on. Is there a video? Another video? Okay, he's looking at event plans. Oh, that wasn't really interesting. I thought we were going to see some other videos there. Okay, what else we got, Scott? And that's it. What's the front one? I think the security team even put out a quick one on that 1500 documents yesterday, I think. And you expect all UFO channels to jump onto that information, of course. So I did as well. In case people haven't heard. Yeah, where's that other video? Jamie Masson, eh? Let's have a look. Let's have a laugh.
El siguiente video podría tratarse de una de las más claras evidencias que confirmarían lo dicho por los legisladores.
Okay. Looks a bit suspect at the moment, so it could be birds. diving around and flying and attacking each other. Demons. CGI birds. Kind of looks like CGI, doesn't it? It merges into one at the end, doesn't it? And it looks too evenly separated for birds. Generally there's some gap difference. So it's looking more like CGI to me. And of course, what did the experts say in Jamie Misson's camp? They believe everything, these guys. So what's the answer?
Redactaron la ley que fue.
What's the answer then? What did he say? Nope, the video is an old fake, here we go, from Warren, created in 2010 by UFO grifters. So it's so Brent Cousins made that CGI then. Or they paid someone to do it. Well, there you go. So, how come Jamie Misson's using recycled old crap? Those guys all work together to make money. These guys that believe that. It's a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? I've got some more messages. I'm not logged in. Don't think it was. Oh yes, I am. I logged in. Why am I getting ads now? Did I disable it on this? Must have done. Ads. Blocker must be disabled. Can't see it. uBlock or something I use normally. I'll disable the shield here though. But sometimes it's not good enough. Let's turn on shield here, see what happens. Do we get rid of the ads? Let's go back. I think we have. I think there was an ad there, wasn't there? Oh well. I must have turned it off because it wasn't working properly. So what's people saying now? You're a wee bit late, Kevin. You should be on now on the side chat. Steve. Okay. All these people should be joining us. Makes us hang around longer. Makes it a bit more interesting. Okay, so over 2 hours now, is it? I started at 10. I probably should have something to eat and stuff. See if I can unblock my nose with some spray. But we'll have a quick look over. We've got enough time to do some other stuff here. I've got some biscuits and drink here anyway. Not a sort of, oh yeah, it sort of helps. Lubricates the throat. Third phase, I guess. Dr. Greer. We don't care. They're trying to push their documentary, aren't they? Let's have a look at the clickbait. Mind-blowing UFO videos. Maybe I should start using clickbait. They can't be explained. I could say mind-blowing UFOs can be explained. so let's have a look. Fortunately, that keyboard is in the way. Let's just minimize it for now. What's up, guys? Where are they?
From local residents that there is
Blah blah blah. Okay, what have we got? Them driving along. Yep. So where's this mind-blowing stuff?
I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but we've never been on location as Dr. Greer does his thing. We're going to be documenting the whole entire aspect of it all and ask the people what they're experiencing.
Okay. Here we go. Oh no, it's not the Melbourne thing, is it? Oh, there's two. Mind blowing, can't be explained. Oh, well, that one's been blown already. Okay, what are they saying? I gotta have a listen because this is gonna be funny. We've got music. At least they got rid of the guy swearing. What the fuck is that, guys? Looks like planes. Right. And you can see they've got white tails here, even. UFOs with white bits on one end, a bit suspicious, wouldn't it be? It's not symmetrically flying silver discs. And they're not rotating because the white bit's not moving. So clearly it's going to be planes, isn't it? On Spudcam, what we usually get. Pure garbage. Who would know that it was the air show one? Well, Third Face could have googled and found the information out within 5 minutes, probably. In fact, let's try that. Let's just prove a point. Melbourne, they know the location. Melbourne. Mind-blowing UFOs that we can't explain. Melbourne, they didn't even bother looking. They're not experts though. Australia. Okay, first of all, it looks like planes. Is there a air show? Let's see if there's an air show on. Type that in. 20, let's limit it down. 2022, let's go. There'll probably be several actually. There we go, International Air Show. It's probably on there. Often do everyone air show filled. Is that in Melbourne, is it? Odd years, there you go. Victoria, Melbourne, March. Is it March now? Yes. Or just finished. So there you go. We show Wikipedia on it even. So on this year, 28th of February to 5th of March. There you go. Right, 23. Okay. We want 20. So it can't be that one then. Okay, that rules that one out then. What does it say there? Now, maybe it's changed. Avalon 2020 International Air Show. So it was on. So it got rescheduled. Maybe because of the virus pandemic thing. Got changed a bit. Here we go. Oh no, that's talking about next year's one. Defence Services Asia 22. Okay. Which air show did Mick say? Mick or whatever. Scott Brando say. Was it this one? Security Asia. 17th of March 23. Let's just keep on looking. Warbirds Down Under. There we go. Air Show 2020. So it's not the Avion one, that's next year. So that'll be UFO sightings next year. Okay, tickets on sale now. Let's see. New South Wales. Temora Aviation Museum. Yeah, but is it near Melbourne? New South Wales is not Melbourne though, is it? So, looks like they have lots of air shows on over there. Okay. Spitfire. Hercules. October. So that's coming up. So it's not that one. So we've gone through 2 air shows. Which one did Scott say? Let's see if it's going to come up. I need to check again. Obviously he found the information. Or Mick did. What air show was it? Not that one. March 30th. Royal Australian Air Force, it says. But what's the air show? Now let's go to Metabunk and see if they got it. Another video. Source location and time. Here we go. Dedication of the new Air Force. Air Force Base Point Cook. So, that one didn't come up, did it? Is it really an air show though? Centenary. Doesn't say anything. Alright. Okay. So it must be on there. So how come it didn't come out in our searches? International Air Show, it's not. Next year. Schedule flying days. Here we go. That might give it. Looks similar planes, doesn't it? The wings over New Zealand coming up. It's got the white bit in the tower. Air shows. So that's talks about March the 5th here. Australian Spitfire Association. April showcase. Man, there's a lot of air shows. So just sort of point to it, doesn't it? There's another one here, May showcase. Warbirds Down Under 22, Saturday, October. Yeah, we've already found that one. September coming up as well. May. We've got April, 9th of April. So that's coming up. So there might be some new UFO sightings. That's today, actually. Today in Australia, I guess. 5th of March. Spitfires. So it could have been that. What else we got? Others. Air race 20th of March. Warbirds over Scone. Also in March this year. So that must be part of where the Air Force come into it then. There we go. ANZAC weekend. April coming up. National fly-in. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah. There's plenty of evidence there what it could be. And that one there. Let's narrow it down a bit. Tools, time, in the past month, maybe. Calendar. More damn air shows. There we go. Only Melbourne. 10th of April coming up. There's the other one. Royal Australian Air Force, here you go, finally. 1 day ago. Air Force's number 100 Squadron will be supporting the, there you go, it's part of that one. Temora Aviation Museum, April 2022. Solved then, isn't it? There you go. So you just saw, by using the extra option up there to limit the time range, we can narrow the results down to the more current ones. Victoria, here we go. Aerobatic demonstrations. Yep. So there were Spitfires, weren't they? In the video. They look like Spitfires. It's wonder he couldn't hear them. Don't know. They Spitfires. There we go. And they got white towels. There you go. What are they though? Royal Air Force Aerodynamics. Oh, that's on McWest's page. Friday. Fly passes. Yep, we just found all that information too. Okay, we verified it. Just to prove a point though. And we're sort of finished. What's on? Yeah, we don't need to read all that. So yeah, UFO man, he could have done it too. He put it way after that information was available on the web, right? These people are just terrible. Right, third phase we're talking about now, aren't we? So, same with them too, isn't it? They could research that, but they're too lazy.
Cool, because there's not only one video, there's two attachments. This was captured in Melbourne by the same person by two different times, two different videos. So now we're corroborating. This guy actually tried to chase this fleet of UFOs down, and it was pretty cool. He was really struggling just to get the shot because he's driving and actually shooting this at the same time, and it took a lot of enhancement just to get the crystal clear footage that we're looking at here. This stuff is crazy. I'm seeing more like 4 UFOs rather than 3 in some of these stills.
Yeah.
Some people might say these are drones, but this is something I've never seen. This looks something straight out of science
He's never
fiction.
seen planes before.
Or some kind of secret Space Force program, or some experimental craft. This is crazy stuff.
Blake Cousin wins the global globe of anal probe.
To the world. Guys, I want to get your thoughts. What the heck
Anal probe,
is going on
not
with these videos?
McWest.
Melbourne, Australia, broad daylight. And again, we appreciate the enhancements that have been done on this. And again, some people might say this is CGI, but I'm not seeing any kind of manipulation.
No.
There could be a possibility, but at the moment it does look legitimate to me. And again, it only lasts for a few seconds, and sometimes that's all you got within a window of opportunity trying to shoot the phenomenon.
Yeah, how much money did they make off this garbage? 22 times 4 ads. That's 80,000. $1 per 1,000. $80. And if they got ad blocker, that's let's say half of it, $40. Don't make much money off it, but they made more than I did. Me, 10 viewers probably.
Witness it. Don't forget, pull that camera out. Now, let's get to this. We have a sneak peek for our documentary Above Top Secret as we meet up with Greer in Arizona.
So that's mind-blowing information, eh? And that's it. Game over, man. And Dr. Greer blabbing nonsense, no evidence. Just garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. Technology they don't want you to see. And nor do you. You don't want us to see the technology because it doesn't exist. I think we've got it done for today, aren't we? I think that's it. Might not be anything left for tomorrow. Would be doing sky watching, but I'm still not got all my parts, and I'm not, until I got all the parts, I'm not happy to risk the tripod falling over at this stage. Yeah, it's nice outside today, though. It's a bit of a shame, really. UFO man, let's have a look. It looks so fake with the black shirt and tie on. Pentagon confirms brain damage. Yeah, I think you got brain damage, man. Tom Reed, how could you be on this guy's garbage channel? Here's one of the most credible stories. Even the body language guys confirmed it. What have we got here? Las Vegas. Odd object with flashing rear lights. Like a plane, you mean? Oh yeah. Looks like a UFO of a plane. Come on.
Hey guys, it's UFO Man. Here's a piece of footage coming out of Las Vegas, Nevada, showing an unknown object with a flashing light.
It's a plane that's sort of tilted, isn't it?
Take a look, make an assessment, let me know what you think. Coming up are two still shots where I zoomed in.
Spud cam.
I originally thought this might be a mylar balloon cluster, but I'm unsure at this point. It seems to have a flashing light, which is not indicative of a mylar balloon cluster. So
the flashing light seems to be up there, though.
Down below. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe.
Okay,
Remember
could
to
be a
share
bunch
us
of
out to your
balloons.
social media platforms.
And I think that could be a plane in the distance. But, yeah. Kind of look like a plane that way. And the flashing might be just the sun reflecting off the marble here. Yeah, a bunch of party balloons. Just goes to show you, as it rotates, it could look different. And the blinking could be just the sun reflecting as it's turning. But there was a flash up here that seemed to be constant. But that could be a distant plane. This happens to be in the same frame. That looks like illumination flare drop here.
Hey guys, it's UFO Man. Here's a clip coming out of Arkansas, dated July 28th, 2021, of 6 to 7
Look like they're
lights
gradually coming down to me.
reappearing and disappearing in the sky. Don't know what they are. According to the witnesses, there was absolutely no sound, and you will hear that in the original audio. All you'll hear is the wind. If you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe, and remember to share us out to your social media platforms, because that'll help us
Okay, no
with
one's
our
just
channel.
been lit
And
up.
as always, Thank you for watching.
It's going downwards, isn't it? Very slowly, and they're going out within 5 minutes. No one. And can't see the plane because it's going to be a single dot. Clearly, illumination flares with parachutes. Exercise, probably. UFOs over Mexico. Let's have a look. That was that balloon one, wasn't it? That funny shaped balloon, hot air balloon they had. So yeah, I think we're sort of up to date. Again, a lot of these could be eliminated with like radar data. Balloons won't be, but I reckon they should start putting little RF chips on it. Transmits at least some ID. And then it'd be listed on the flight radar too. And they can do that now, can they? A watch battery. Or some sort of battery anyway. That dissolves if it goes into the sea. If they can do it in nano technology, who knows? A little chip goes on the outside of the balloon. It looks like a logo. I think we're done. Not much happening. Apart from the 1500 documents dropped. I suppose that would be the big news everywhere at the moment. Apart from that, we'll see what else comes up meantime. We really need to see some better footage from Pentagon, that's for sure. And I don't think UFO Stalker's fixed still. Let's have a look. Just to wrap on that again. I did send him an email. And you can see nothing's shown up there. Nope, hasn't fixed that. What else we got? This one, let's just reload it. Hasn't fixed that. Although I did post some information. Open, copy video address, open. And same error. Access denied. Not fixed. Useless people. And it was still Friday over there. So it would have been Thursday, Wednesday. Plus I'm not the only one saying access denied, so... Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. Not sure if there'll be one tomorrow. Depends what comes out. And who joins me. But I could, if people want to come on talk, I could set up a special live stream. But you got to tell me what time you're on. Anyway, good night and take care on the roads. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and maybe you do your own research further. A bit disappointing again. Being a Saturday morning, afternoon, should be people around. especially in Australia and New Zealand. Good night, good day. It's good to have no technical errors for a change, huh? Especially my piece today. I'll leave it there.